finding a comfortable seated position with a nice tall spine, closing the eyes down or lowering your gaze. For a moment, listening to all background noises that are going on. They will always be there, and it's okay. We're starting today with a mudra. A mudra is a lock or seal, and today we're doing Vayu mudra, the wind air mudra. We're bending the index fingers down to the mount of the thumb, and then wrap the thumb around the index finger, and the three remaining fingers are straight. And we're resting that mudra on our thighs in our lap. This mudra, Vayu mudra, is for calming the nervous system. It's for anxiety, strengthening the lungs, hormonal imbalances, arthritis, gout, knee pain, neck pain, lots of good stuff. I chose this today to strengthen the lungs. Noticing the breath, your inhales, your exhales. We're breathing through the nose. Noticing the length of your inhales and the length of your exhales. Maybe you notice that you're in the Samavriti breath, the balanced breath. This is where the inhale is just as long as the exhale. And the average count of that inhale is 3 or 4. So we're going into the squared breath a little bit, again, to strengthen the lungs. We're inhaling to the count of 4. Then holding the breath for 4. Exhaling for 4. And then holding the void for 4. And then pause for a moment and breathe normal, and just notice which part was a little challenging. So you could, for me, in my own body, the most challenging part is holding the void. Maybe it's the same for you. So then you could just do the inhale, hold for 4, the holding of the breath, and then the exhale. Or you could go the whole squared breath. So we're going to do about 5 rounds of this on your own. I'm not going to cue it because I want everybody to do their own thing here. So start inhaling to your count. Holding the breath to your count. Exhaling to your count. And maybe holding the void to your count. And then do 4 more rounds on your own. If it creates anxiety or you get lightheaded and or dizzy, please just return to your normal breath. Last round. Inhaling to your count. Holding the breath to your count. Exhaling, same amount. Maybe holding the void. Then letting the breath return to normal. For a moment, bringing your attention to, or your awareness to your mudra, to your hands, but don't release the mudra yet. Just kind of make sure that you're still relaxed here. And I'm going to do one more thing, and if you need to open your eyes, of course you can. You know, I was supposed to go to Germany in May for my mom's birthday, 80th birthday. And of course, now I can't. Maybe you have somebody in your life that has birthday in April or May. And we're imagining the birthday cakes and the birthday candles here. And I'm going to take a nice full inhale, a little bit more, and then we're going to blow those candles out. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to do it 3 times. Inhale fully, a little bit more, and then purse the lips and blow those candles out. Last round, if you're dizzy or lightheaded, just breathe normal, but inhale fully, a little bit more, and then here we go, blowing every single last candle out. We're doing that to strengthen our lungs. Let the breath return to normal and just focus on your lungs, your breath for a moment. Then bringing your awareness to your mudra and releasing the mudra, extending index fingers, thumbs, and do some soft wrist rotations like you're checking the pool water or bath water. Just some wrist rotations. Beautiful. And then turn your palms up and float the arms out and up overhead. And then exhale, claim your space. And then again, repeat, right? Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, claim your space. One more time. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, claim your space. Now this time we're going into a twist. We're going to inhale, arms out and up. Reach here for a moment, relax shoulders. Exhale, twist to the left. Pause, find your expression of this pose. Soften the eyes. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Lengthening with your inhale and then exhale, twist. Inhale, make your way back through center when you're ready. Exhale, claim your space and come onto all fours to do some cats and cows. Always take your time, move your props out of the way. Setting up, knees right underneath the hips, wrists right underneath the shoulders. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into your cow. So exhale, draw the navel up and in, round the shoulders, lower the head into your cat. Inhale, soft belly, tailbone comes up, gaze comes forward into your cow. So you can continue here, you can wag the tail, do some little bit of freestyle, freedom style yoga, right? Anything that feels right to warm up. Maybe shifting back into either child's pose and or puppy pose. So child's pose, the sits bones come over the heels, you relax the shoulders, you lower the head down towards the earth. Sigh the breath out here. And then inhale, come back onto all fours. Slide the right leg back behind you, tuck the toes, runner stretch. Drop that right hip down a little bit. Engage the low core, lift the right leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest round. Inhale, extend the leg long. One more time. Our magic number today is 3. We're going to do 3, right? Drawing the knee in, and then extend the leg long, press out through the heel. One more time. So hold here with the leg extended, right? Do you want to slide the left arm out in front of you and lift? That's up to you, right? Strengthening core and back muscles. Full sunbird right here. Then lower everything down and come either into a resting position or do any movement that feels right to you. slowly making your way back into table to do the other side. Once you come into table, extend the left leg long behind you, tuck the toes, runner stretch, lower the foot down for a moment, Kathy. So extend the leg long behind you, but keep the toes on the mat, right? Yeah, there you go. Press out through the heel, lift the leg, drop the hip down a little bit. Then exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, extend, reach long. There you go. Couple more times. Always move at your own pace with your breath. On the fourth round, we're going to go into full sunbird. That's when you extend long and you slide your right arm out in front of you and maybe float the arm shoulder high. Breathe in, breathe out. And then lower everything down, either come into your resting position and or do a flow of choice. Notice what's going on with your heartbeat, your breath, your mind. Maybe walking the dog or wagging the tail. We're making our way into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So slowly either walking the feet up or the hands back towards the legs, coming into your shape of Uttanasana. So sometimes we need to bend the legs a little bit and widen our stance so that the torso can completely cascade over the legs. You can nod the head yes or shake it no. And then let the palms come together and pull the prayer to the heart as you inhale all the way up and maybe go into a back bend. Yes. And come back through center. Pull the prayer to the heart, going right into our half sun salutes. Remember, we're going to do 3. Inhale, prayer out and up. Go into your back bend. Come back through center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. That's right. Inhale, come all the way up your way. Back bend. Back through center. Exhale, forward fold. One more round. When you come into Uttanasana, stay there for a moment, right? So next time you flow down into Uttanasana, stay. And see if you want to wrap your arms around the legs and pull yourself a little bit deeper, or hold on to opposite elbows and just offer your heart, your chest down towards the legs. And releasing the arms, pull the prayer back through the midline all the way up into the sky. Go into your back bend. And then come back through center. Separate the arms for a second as you bring your arms up. Right? So yes. Uddhva-hastasana right here, right? So we're just reaching without a back bend. We're just standing nice and tall. Then we're going to let the right hand grab hold of the left wrist. Inhale fully. As you exhale, lean over to the right. So you pull over to the right into a half moon variation. You can always come in and out a couple times. And then make your way back through center into Uddhva-hastasana and letting the hands separate. Reach up towards the heavens, but also feel the foundation. Feel the earth beneath you. And then other side, right? So left hand grabs hold of right wrist. Inhale, lift up on that right arm, and then exhale, yes, lean over to the left. Lateral stretch right here. Ground through your feet. Then come back through center, Uddhva-hastasana. Let the hands separate, the arms separate, reach, and then exhale, claim your space. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Come to the very top of your mat. We're going to go into some warrior 1, 2, and 3. maybe some squatting. We'll see how it goes. So Tadasana, mountain pose, right? Maybe spreading toes, fanning toes, and checking in with your foundation. Traveling up to the knees, keeping a micro bend in the knees, and then traveling up to the buttocks and relaxing the buttocks somewhat as you lengthen through the tailbone. The core is engaged to protect your back. Find the length through the side body. Roll the shoulders back a little bit and check in with your head and the chin. The chin is parallel to the floor. The head is slightly pressing back. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale fully. As you exhale, step the left foot back. Turn the left foot out to the side, but try to square the hips towards the front of the mat. So we're going into warrior one, right? So you probably need to walk that left foot all the way over to the left side of the mat, so that you can square your hips a little bit. There you go. Yes, bend deeply into the front leg. And then hands could stay where they are, or when you feel the joy percolating, right? That's when you bring your arms up, either prayer or out in front or up overhead. Breathing in, breathing out. What's the back thigh doing? Are you anchoring through that back heel? 2 more breaths. Left hip point is coming forward a little bit. Now, inhale, straighten the front leg, reach up towards the sky. Stargazer's variation. As you exhale, claim your space and step up into mountain pose. Here you can do anything you want. You can stand in stillness, check in with your heartbeat, your breath, your mind, or some shoulder rolls, or empty coat sleeves. Either way, whatever you need to do. You can also activate the parasympathetic nervous system by exhaling long and loudly, right? Where you sigh the breath out. And then finding your mountain pose again for the other side. So checking in with your foundation here. Inhale fully. As you exhale, step the right foot back. Open the right foot out to the side, but check with your hips, right? So the hips need to be squared. So I would walk my right foot over to the edge of the right side of my mat. Yes, there you go, that's better. So right hip point comes forward. You bend deeply into the front leg, making sure that the back thigh is on board and working. And then when you're ready to add arms, go ahead and add your arms. Relax shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Warrior one. One more breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach up into the sky, stargazer's variation. And exhale, claim your space and step up to the top of the mat, mountain pose. And again, free time, you can do as you wish. Maybe checking in with your breath and or have some movement. Finding mountain pose again. Warrior two coming up. Inhale fully. As you exhale, step the left foot back. And step it back again and open really long, right? Yes, and turn the left foot out to the side. Now, the front foot is still pointing forward. Exhale, bend into the front leg. There you go. Yes. And you might have to come in and out a couple of times to check with that front knee and the alignment, making sure knees tracking over the ankle. And then when you feel ready, lift your arms out to the shoulder high, right? If your shoulders are a little tense today, you could turn the palms up and keep a bend in the arm. You could also turn back down. You could do that a couple of times if you wanted to. Yeah, and check with that back arm. Sometimes it's a little droopy, right? Then gaze down to the front knee and make sure the knee is tracking over the second toe or towards the pinky toe side. Relax shoulders. One more breath. Now inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms up overhead. Reach up. And then exhale, claim your space. Step the back foot up. Do as you wish here. So from mountain pose, we're going to take a nice full inhale, step the right foot back. And step it back again. Don't limit yourself here too much, right? Open the right foot out to the side. Open your hips towards the water in our case, right? But bend deeply into the front leg and watch that front knee, right? So you might have to make some adjustments. You could turn the left foot out a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And then add your arms when you're ready. Relax the shoulders. Imagine my hands on your shoulders. You could turn the palms up and down. Check in with your breath, making sure you're breathing in, breathing out. Warrior 2. Maybe one more breath here. Now staying with the hips open like that, facing the water, just straighten the front leg. And bring the arms up overhead and reach. Beautiful. Reach up, maybe go into a small back bend. Come back through center, exhale, claim your space. And then step up to the top of the mat into your mountain pose. Do as you wish here. We're going to go into a little bit of Utkatasana chair pose. So for me, it's always easier to bring the legs closer together. If you don't want to practice that way, you could have a block between the thighs, and or you have to really watch your inner thighs. We don't want them to splay out, right? So finding mountain pose here. Inhale your arms out and up. And then pull the prayer to the heart and sit in your chair, Utkatasana. So reach the sits bones back behind you. If you have the legs together, squeeze the legs into one another. Yeah, and make all the adjustments you need to make here. This is your chair, so you know how low or how high it is. Hold as long as you like. We're going to do 3 rounds. So whenever you need to come out, you're going to inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms out and up. And then exhale, sit in your chair. Don't forget to breathe. You can always add a twist in this chair if you wanted to, right? You could send a prayer over, yeah. Hooking elbow over the knee. Breathe in, breathe out, beautiful. And then inhale back through center. And exhale, twist to the other side. If you need a break in between, you can always take a break. Inhale back through center. Straighten the legs, come all the way up, go into a back bend. Come back through center, but bring the prayer right there up overhead. We're going into a half moon, or maybe we're going into it again. There you go. Bring the prayer up, right? And exhale, lean over to the left. Half moon A, Adho Chandrasana A. Lateral stretch. How is your connection to the earth? How is your foundation? Inhale back through center. Exhale other side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, claim your space. Mountain pose. We're going into warrior 3. We're going to go through several versions of this. If you know that you need to hold on to something, have a chair or wall or couch right there, right? We're going to wing it here on the water. Mountain pose. Shift your weight over into the left leg. Slide the right foot back behind you without opening the hip. There you go. Awesome. Now stage 1 is here, and bring the left arm out and up, reaching up into the sky. This is option 1, right? Option 2, bring that left arm back, bring the hands to the hips. See if you want to go into ice skater by lifting the right foot up off the floor. The cool thing about ice skater is, you know, it's your version of. Notice what the standing leg is doing, the standing foot. Next thing would be airplane. So the arms come into cactus or wings, right? And you bring the leg behind you. And then if my masked yogi wants to go into warrior three, we'll see in a minute, right? Um, you would bring the leg hip high. You reach through the back heel, and the torso is nice and long. You reach through the fingertips. And it might not happen for you, and that's okay.
Yogi has a hole.
So then you do any of those choices that are offered, right? And then you slowly come out. Don't give up too easily. Yes, if you need to step somewhere else there on the mat, please do.
Yogi hole.
Then we're going to do the other side. So mountain pose is always choice one. Then shift your weight over into the right leg, slide the left foot back behind you without opening the hip. If you're staying here, just bring the right arm up alongside the ear, right, and reach up. Beautiful. Then from here, you can go into your ice skater with the arm up or hands on the hips. Do you want to take this further? That's up to you. So if you want to take it further, you would lift the leg hip high. You press out through the heel. The torso is nice and long, and the arms come out in front of you.
Oh.
So whatever you do, have fun with it, right? It's just yoga. Don't take it too seriously. We're just wanting to check in with the standing leg, the standing foot, and come out whenever you need to. Beautiful. All right. Now, in between, do as you wish. You could do a half sun salute. You could do empty coat sleeves. You could just stand, check in with your breath, your heartbeat, your mind. I'm going to do a tree pose here. So find your mountain pose, Rikshasana tree pose, right? Shift your weight over into the right leg. Lift the left heel, open the left knee out to the side. And maybe this is your tree. You can do any arm variation that speaks to you. If you want to go further, then let that left foot come in a right ankle or higher up on that right leg, just not to the knee. And then hands could start in prayer, because prayer is always good, right? And then you can do send the prayer up into the sky and or do cactus arms. So many options here. The key is that you find joy in the pose, and you notice when it gets a little tricky, right? And you don't get frustrated, you just try again. See if you can smile, if you can relax the face. And slowly come out when you need to. Lower the arms down, find your mountain pose for a breath or two. Other side when you're ready. Shifting weight into the left leg, open the right knee out to the side. Go as far as you want. Maybe the foot travels up the left leg, maybe the arms come up. Breathing in, breathing out. You're reaching up towards the heavens, but you also connect with the earth. And then slowly make your way out of this. And you can vinyasa down to the floor, or you can just come onto the belly. Good choice. So coming onto the belly, stacking your forearms, resting the forehead. Check in with your low back. If the low back is a little cranky today, open your stance. Let your legs come a little wider. And you can just rock a little bit. I usually call this the bowl of jello, right? Where you imagine that there's a bowl of jello on your low back, and you just have to rock it a little bit to relax the low back. So this is option one. Option two, you come back through center, you reach through your right leg, you reach through the toes, you lift the right leg without bending it. Beautiful. And then it's floated right back down. Do the other side when you're ready. Float the left leg up. Float it down. Alternate here. Be curious about the body, right? So don't rush. Really feel and notice. Whenever you need to rest, you're resting. You could do the bowl of jello, and or you could bend your legs and do windshield wipers here. And then extend the legs long again as you come back through center, and ask yourself if you want to do double leg lifts. If your low back is cooperating, then bring the big toes touching and lift. Try not to use your shoulders so much, right? Just your low back to lift and lower. I'm going to do 2 more. Lifting when you're ready and lowering. 1 more time. Lift and lower. And then relax for a moment, either bowl of jello and or windshield wipers. Transition onto your back and either have a block or a bolster or a pillow handy. We're going into bridge pose, dynamic bridge, and then into legs up the block. Yay. So pull the feet closer towards the buttocks. Let your arms come alongside the body. Press into the feet, into the shoulders. Lift your hips up high into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Yes. And just see how you feel here. Activating the quads. And the way we can do that is if we just think about not doing, but thinking about pulling the heels towards the buttocks, then that will activate your quads a little bit more, right? So beautiful, Setu Bandhasana right here. So this is choice 1. You could also have a block between your thighs if you wanted to. Hands could be interlaced, or fingers could be interlaced underneath the body. If you can grab hold of your ankles, that's great too. If your shoulders are a little tight like mine always are, then you just keep the arms where they are. Beautiful. Now the important part is how we're going to come out, right? So we're going to start with the upper spine and slowly start lowering down. We're going to let the tailbone be the last thing that comes down. Once you come all the way down, you can hug the knees into the chest if you wanted to. You can rock a little bit. You can even lift head and chest up into Apanasana if that's an option for you. So now we're going into our inversion. So if you have a different inversion choice, then please do your practice. Do what you need to do. But we're going to do legs up the block, right? So we're going to set up for bridge pose again, placing the feet onto the mat, the arms alongside the body, lifting the hips, and then sliding the block underneath the sacrum. And if you have skinny blocks like my masked yogi has, then you might want to use 2 just to get a firmer base going there. So now we're in Salamba Setu Bandhasana, which is restorative bridge pose, which is wonderful. So this is already an inversion. You could stay here. And then I leave it up to my masked yogi if she wants to draw one knee up and then the other, and then extend the legs up into the sky. That's up to her. One is not better than the other, it's just different. You can either find stillness here or you could have some movement, right? So if you have not been moving too much, then I would say, point and flex the feet, do some ankle rotations, do any kind of movement here you want to do. If you need calmness, stillness, I would say find that stillness here. And just observe and notice how you feel, and if emotions are coming up for you, release them, let them go. Now is the time to release those emotions. That's why we do yoga, right? Breathing in, breathing out, noticing thoughts but not get carried away by the thought. If you're outside like we are, maybe looking up at this beautiful tree, up into the sky, noticing the greens and the blues. Present moment, wonderful moment. 3 more rounds of breath. And then thinking about coming out of the pose by bending one leg, engaging the core, of course, bending one leg, then the other. But don't come off your blocks yet once you come all the way down. We're preparing to do a very gentle pigeon pose, so if you want to go into more traditional pigeon pose at this point, of course you can do that, right? But we're going to do it on the blocks today. So we're going to let the right ankle come over the left thigh. We're going to hard flex that right foot and press the right knee away from us. And this might be enough for you, right? You could also tiptoe that left foot in towards the buttocks a little bit, and using your low core to lift the left knee up. If that's a no-go, stay where you are, right? Yes, beautiful, good. Breathe in, breathe out. Right knee is, nope, left knee is still pressing away from, no, right knee is still pressing away from you as left knee comes towards you. Sorry, I never get my sides right. Breathe in, breathe out. Whenever you need to come out, slowly come down. Pause, breathe before we go to the other side. Yes. So, left ankle over right thigh, hard flex the left foot, press the knee away from you, engage the low core, tiptoe the right foot in. Do you want to, yes, lift the foot up off the floor? Breathe in, breathe out. Coming out whenever you need to. You always hold as long as your body tells you. And pressing into your feet, into your shoulders, lifting the hips up, removing the blocks, and then come all the way down. Slowly, let the tailbone be the last thing that comes down. And then here you can either do windshield wipers with your legs or hug the knees into the chest. You could lift head and chest up into the knees, towards the knees, into Apanasana. And yeah, and then we're going to do a little spinal twist, right? So you can do what my masked yogi is doing, and or you can draw the knees into the chest, right? Pause here for a moment, squeeze it all in, and then let your arms come into cactus or T position. And then as you squeeze the legs together, inhale fully, exhale, twist to one side. Doesn't matter which side, we're doing both. If you need props underneath the knees, it's easier to prop your knees than the shoulders, so just keep the shoulders relaxed. The head could turn either way. Breathe in, breathe out. And when you feel ready, bring the head back through center, bring the knees back through center, do whatever you need to do in between, or when you're ready, twist to the other side. And then slowly making your way back through center and thinking about any other asana, any other pose you want to do, and go into that pose. Yogi's choice. And when you feel ready for your Shavasana, and I'm trying not to rush my mask yogi, so I'm going to let her do her thing. But when you're ready for your Shavasana, you could use your bolster and or rolled up blanket underneath the knees for lumbar support. You could also have an eye covering if you wanted to. And scanning the body, noticing how we feel right now. Are we holding tension anywhere else in the body? Could we send our breath there? And exhale that tension. You feel a little contracted. Could you expand a little? Could you open yourself up a little? Could you trust the support of this earth? Thinking about your chest, your heart, your lungs. Sending loving, strengthening, healing energy to the lungs. Maybe even thinking about the color green, nice deep green. Each inhale an affirmation of yes. Each exhale a letting go. Drifting into your own Shavasana now. If you know that you're staying for at least 15 to 20 minutes, wonderful. You can already turn this recording off. If you're staying just a few moments, you might as well stay on. Remember, you can stay as long as you like, but if you want to come up, bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your thoughts, back to the physical body. Invite some movement back in. Perhaps let the breath deepen. Maybe rolling to one side. And slowly, when you feel ready, press yourself up into a seated position. Let your hands come into prayer position at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Give thanks to the body. Give thanks to the breath. Give thanks to one another. May there be kindness in your gaze when you look within. Om Shanti Shanti.